Welcome to Agents of the Lineage, Part 1 by Ebony Moore. The Kamiya Gamma vessel is currently cruising at 73,000 miles per hour. Although it is the second smallest craft in the Mafdet Liberation Council's fleet, it is still incomparable to anything ever seen by the likes of even the most sophisticated Earthlings. The Kamiya set off from the mother planet about 7 months ago, stopping in Galaxy 8X Pi in order to drop off several TYR recessive criminals that were captured from various newly liberated colonies. The Kamiya Gamma glides past countless stars as several asteroids begin to be seen rotating on indiscriminate paths through the void. The sleek and polished, streamlined craft moves adeptly through the cosmos on its way to scout the last of the captive extraterrestrial sapio-melanoids left in the universe. An opaque electric door zips open as its sensors detect an approaching crew member of the Kamiya Gamma. Wearing a shiny Bordeaux-colored PVC bodysuit, silver knee-high latex boots, and her large metal oxygen-dispensing neck halos, Captain Nefertiti Anket sashays through the tranquility quarters of the ship. These areas serve to recharge the crew members of the Kamiya as they traverse planet after planet, liberating their descendants. The tranquility space is outfitted with a stream that flows through the floor of the room. The walls themselves take on serene backgrounds of forests, beaches, and snowy mountain caps. Plush lavender-colored meditation cushions are sporadically strewn about. Captain Nefertiti plops down hard on a seemingly random spot on the floor and speaks to what appears to be herself, as if this is routine for her. A shoulder rub, deep-voiced android companion, sandalwood, aroma, Sade, track 1, vanilla hemp milk. Oh, and a scalp massage, too. She rattles all of this off as if she is ordering from a drive-through window. The smart tranquility quarters begin to put forth her exact requests. As she sits on her bottom, the floor beneath her begins to morph into a zero-gravity chair made of the transparent acrylic lined with the lush furry material. She leans back and her shoulders begin to press down and up by some unseen set of hands, a technology yet to be known. A deep male voice speaks and begins to give her compliments. Nefertiti, you are just too good to be true. She takes a deep sigh and begins to relax. A spritz of liquid gently plumps from the wall close to her and she deeply inhales. It is the sandalwood aroma that she requested. A mechanical whir and a few ticks can be heard as her hemp milk is elevated from the floor on a stark white podium that rises until meeting her hand. She takes a deep sip and rolls her eyes back into her head, over-exaggerating her enjoyment of the beverage. A metal wire scalp massager begins to glide back and forth over her buzzed natural hair. The baritone android voice asks her if everything is to her liking. Everything okay, baby? Yes, everything is great, she answers back. A song begins to play softly in the background. Nefertiti displays a spoiled frown and whines to her android. This is not the Sade I was talking about. I wanted Sade Adu from Planet Earth, Diamond Life, Track 1. I'm sorry, Captain. I thought you meant Sade from Planet Sankofa, not Earthling Sade. He gently responds. Smooth operator begins to blare throughout the room. About 40 minutes go by and Captain Nefertiti appears totally slackened and at peace. The android speaks once more to inquire about her needs. A happy ending, or are you not in the mood? He inquires abruptly. I wish I could. I have about 9 algorithms to program. I need to review the maintenance reports on the electricity turbines, and on top of that, I have to send a memorandum to our Earth contact to make sure there is no media coverage or detection of our approach. Sounds like a lot. Why not have a release before you get all worked up again? She mulls over the idea of letting the android take physical form in order to have sex with her. I just don't want to become dependent on this. The idea of sleeping with my android is still strange to me. I know everyone on Mother Planet has been doing it for centuries, but it still makes me feel, well, dirty. The android takes physical shape, able to read the sensors from the reclined chair. The algorithms of the chair relay Nefertiti's vital signs, cortisol levels, pain and pleasure receptors, and even her temperature. A tall, dark-skinned black man with flawless white teeth and chiseled abdominals is suddenly standing in front of her. He has a crisp haircut and does not wear any metal oxygen dispensing jewelry, a telltale sign that he is not a sapio-melanoid. Come on, Nefertiti. Your female lubricant levels are at 78%, which only holds a 3% consent refusal window. You need this. She looks away in an ashamed manner and insists that she does not want to have sex. The wellness guidelines from the holistic panel of the Mother Planet insist that females of the space travel sector should have at least 15 orgasms a month to maintain vitality. You have only had, 3 in the last month? I shouldn't. She responds curtly and motions to get up from the massage chair. You should. Science, common sense, and your female lubricant levels now resting at 81% say otherwise. The chair morphs once more and turns from a sleigh-style massage table of sorts into an inclined examination table by splitting at the bottom and creating leg stirrups, seamlessly leaving Captain Nefertiti's legs wide open. She pants and swallows her spit in an effort to regain control over her desires. The male android approaches her. Do I have your consent, Captain? She does not answer. Do I have your consent to pleasure Captain Nefertiti and bring her to orgasm? Lubricant levels are at 92%, and any meaningful work that you plan to do will not be able to be concentrated upon. He attempts to persuade her. Yes, she says as if she's been defeated. As you wish. The transparent acrylic chair projects thin wire strapping that align along the middle of the body, starting from her neckline and ending at her ankles. The thin wire strapping rests alongside her body, even between her legs, and start to suture the material of the PVC suit. The material is cut and pulled away at the seams and leaves her totally nude, with her legs open. All that is left adorning her body are the metal oxygen dispensing rings around her neck. Her immaculately hairless vagina is kissed by the wafting breeze of the room. The smell of sandalwood adorns the air. She shivers. Sade of planet Earth continues to sing as the rise and fall of her flat stomach deepens. The android begins to speak once more. Already shirtless, he urges her to unbuckle his pants. My hippocampus reader has detected that this is one of your favorite things, Captain. Please go ahead and exact your comfort by unbuckling my jeans. She does as she is urged to do. For some reason, the clanking of a man's belt buckle against her acrylic manicure, culminating with the aspect of him standing there in anticipation of exposing himself, has always sent her over the edge. Lubricant levels are at 95%. She stares concisely. The android is now pantless, and his boxer briefs show that he is housing a nice, medium-sized member. My member size has been tailored to the parameters of your genitalia. Her mouth hangs open slightly as she finds herself succumbing to her lust for the android. He lowers himself in between her legs and puts his full weight onto her slim but thick body. He is standing in between the stirrups of the low erotic furniture. Now begin to engage in a deep kiss as a dry humping ensues. Androids are programmed to only penetrate their female owners upon 100% lubricant level being reached. He kisses her neck and presses his member into her, unable to totally feel her due to his boxer briefs. She moans, and while licking each other's tongues in a carnal kiss, a lavender light appears to emit from his abdomen, signaling that her lubricant levels have reached full capacity and that penetration is now authorized. He turns the captain over on her stomach as the chair morphs to elevate her bottom all the way, simultaneously lowering her chest for optimal entry. An oversized pillow morphs from the tan furry lining of the smart chair, and she holds onto it with an intense grip, clutching it tight to her chest and anticipating the android entering her from behind. Just as she can feel the heat from his member getting close to her, the access door of the tranquility quarters attempt to zip open, but are not allowed due to erotic privacy settings being detected. The android reacts. What a pity. In a flash, he disappears into a holographic bay of sorts for recharging, and Captain Nefertiti's clothing reforms at the seams. Perfectly fused together, she stands. Permission to enter granted. She speaks outwardly to whoever is awaiting entry. The door zips open, and a chunky-built crew member stands in the doorway. Cadet Tiberi Ka is Cadet Tiberi Ka is wearing a mint-colored PVC skater dress and has long waist-length box braids. 2 buns adorn the top of her head, with the rest of her hair hanging down. She has huge silver metal hoop earrings, and they serve as her oxygen dispensers. Yes, Cadet Tiberi, what can I help you with? She is bubbly and a little bit ghetto, but one of the best navigators amongst the staff. I came to see if I had permission to put the turbines on hiatus mode. We're hella close to Earth, but you haven't gotten a green light from our contact there, so I figure we shouldn't be going so fucking fast if we've not landed. Nefertiti responds, "You're absolutely right. I've got to get on that right now. Thank you, Tiberi." "No problem." Tiberi does an about-face and leaves the relaxation quarters. The door zips closed, and Nefertiti walks towards it in order to go complete the necessary tasks for landing, but not before glancing back at the chair and shaking her head. End of episode.